Hi all! In this video, you will see how you can easily discover and find out the security available on your Oracle Cloud Infrastructure tenant account. Let's start. First of all, I'm going to introduce the topic cybersecurity, which you know it's a trending topic nowadays. Then the second topic would be about a question that you were maybe thinking about it. Does Oracle Cloud Infrastructure offer security services? And then in the third topic, what I will show is a live demo, and you will see in real time how you can use Oracle Cloud Infrastructure and a provided tool in a workshop, okay, that you can use to discover all these security services with no effort at all. Knowledge is power. Please take this in mind, as this is the key message today. Do you imagine how important it is in the world of cybersecurity? Let's investigate this in more detail. Would you implement properly security controls in your workloads? Maybe you would say, yes, of course, I know my systems, or maybe, well, I think I would need to have a look, but I'm in the middle of a migration process. So let's see how others are doing. It seems that still many organizations are not implementing properly security controls for the workloads. Many of them are suffering security breaches, as you can see in the numbers. Others cannot find cybersecurity experts who can help on this, which is a very big problem. And human mistakes in system configurations are causing a lot of data breaches as well. But however, this is easy to understand because complexity is increasing. Security concerns are becoming more and more important in a short period of time. Geopolitical risk, compliance requirements are also part of the challenges. Don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. Which approach do you think we should take to give a solution to this complexity? The first thing we need to do to address those security concerns is to ensure that we add security controls at the very beginning. It is therefore important to have the right security experts who can add those controls in a proper way. And if there is automation in the implementation, this will make our life easier. Then, we can consider that security is a process and needs to follow a life cycle with three main areas where each area is dependent on the other, and there is a continuous maintenance. Now we know that to implement security, you should follow a process where you execute security assessments, you get the needed security expertise to understand the results, and implement the needed changes according to these assessments. But we are here to see what Oracle Cloud Infrastructure can offer us for cybersecurity. So let's have a look to the security portfolio. Oracle Cloud Infrastructure was made security foundational and built security into it at every layer from the very beginning. Our security services are built with automation and prescriptive guidance to make security easier for organization needs. But we wanted to make it even easier than that. And in this video, I will show you a way to know all these services and their capabilities in the blink of an eye, without having to spend time and effort in learning, doing tutorials, etc., before you have your workloads in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. By going through the unique Security Experience Live Lab, you will get to know if the proper security controls are implemented in your Oracle Cloud Infrastructure tenant and how to improve in case you need it. To get this objective, in this lab, you will perform security and compliance assessments in your tenant. You will be guided through available security services where you can select any of them with the help of their capabilities description. And you will be able to implement security through automation. All this you can test in your Oracle Cloud Infrastructure tenant for free by using our lab. Please consider you need to run this lab in a test environment. It's not for production. Now I'm going to proceed to show you the hands-on lab. If you want to execute it as well, you can find the link in the description box in this video. So let's go to the demo. First of all, I'm going to show you what you will find if you click on the link of the workshop, right? And this is what you will find. This is the workshop. Here you have some descriptions, and here you have some, so the labs, the content, right? So you just have to click start and click run on your tenancy. And here you have the steps that you have to follow in your tenant, okay? So at the end, what you will get is some business user-friendly graphical interface where you can find, for example, for security assessments, okay, in your tenant, which security services are enabled, which are not enabled, which are deleted, okay, with different colors, helping to check this quicker, and as well for the CIS compliance, okay? The CIS is the Center Internet Security that provides benchmarks and security best practices for a lot of systems, okay? And here you will see the assessment that you run in your tenant and which are the results, okay? So basically, this is what you will do in the lab. So let's do it in the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure console, okay? So the first thing we need to do is, of course, we need to run the security and compliance assessments, right? And for this, in the lab, you will be provided with those scripts. Once you downloaded these scripts, you have to run those in this tenant, in your tenant. So for this, you can open the Cloud Shell, okay, which is going to open a Linux terminal, which corresponds to a Linux virtual machine that it's in your tenant, okay, and it's associated to your user once you open it. So you are already authenticated and you can just run the scripts and commands. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to run the security assessment script, and this script I have already downloaded, and to upload it in this machine, you just have to do drag and drop, okay, as I'm doing now. And you can see here the progress, okay, this is already completed. And the same for the CIS report as well. Okay, the CIS report is already there. Okay, well, I can replace it, but I already uploaded and I ran the compliance report already. So I'm going to show you how to run the security assessment, and the compliance assessment is going to be exactly the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new directory for the security assessment script, okay? So I'm going to, okay, to create this directory, and I'm going to move the script I just uploaded, okay, which is Python script, and I'm going to move here to the folder, okay? So it's already there. So that now if I go to the folder, I can see that the script is already there. I did the same for the CIS report script, okay, for the CIS compliance. So I created already this directory, okay, and here, as you can see, is the Python script for the CIS report. When I ran it, it created as well this directory, okay, where the results are. So I'm going to run the security assessment so that you can see. Okay, here I have my script. Once I run it, it will create as well the new directory here. And the command to run it, you can find in the workshop. And I'm going to copy and paste it. And it's exactly this one here. Okay, so it's running the Python script, and the result is going to be in a directory here, as you can see. And as well, it's going to be sent to a bucket, okay, in this tenant. I already created a bucket with this name, okay, and it will be already stored there. So, okay, if I run the script, okay, I can see how it is running. I can see that it's processing the tenancy data for my tenant. It's processing all the information that is needed to get to evaluate which security services are enabled. Okay, so this is what it's getting, and at the end it's going to give me the results, and as I said, the results are going to be in the bucket and as well in this machine. Okay, so this is the report. Okay, this is the result. I can see that all the security services evaluated are enabled, and as well it's in this folder. Okay, and this is the CSV report generate. So this, as you can see, for example, yeah, it's already here in this directory. Okay, I can see the CSV file, but let's see the file as well in the bucket. Okay, because it's supposed it should be here. So if I go to the bucket, I just can see, okay, that I have this security assessment bucket, and here it is the folder created exactly like in the virtual machine, and this is the CSV file. So I can download it directly from here, okay, and I can open it. So basically it's the same results that you have seen, but I have it there stored, okay, have it in the bucket with an extra column, which is the exact date as well. Okay, so I have, if I do the same for the compliance assessment, then I will have the same result, but of course, this assessment will be referred to the compliance. So for this one, it's a bit more complex. Okay, it generates more CSV files, but we are going to be checking the SysSummer report. Okay, so if I want to see it, okay, then it's going to open it, and I can see that it's a bit more complex because it's checking for each pillar, identity and access management, networking, if all is compliant. Okay, so but we can see that here these results are a bit like strange, right? That we it's not so readable. So for this, we are going to use an Apex application that is provided in the workshop that you can download and install in an Apex instance, okay? In the workshop is installed, so is described to be installed in the Apex instance of an autonomous database. Okay, so for this, I already created the autonomous database. Okay, for this, and I'm going to show you the configuration I did. So here what I did is, well, if you go to all database actions and I log in as an admin, then you can see that, okay, I can go to database users, and here I can see all the users in my database. I created this user sec assessment, which is REST enabled for the purpose of this workshop. And I also created 2 tables in the autonomous database, okay? 1 per assessment, okay? But they are under the sec assessment schema. So I'm going to sign out and I'm going to log in as sec assessment. And these are the tables, okay? 1 for the security assessment and the other one for the compliance. As you can see, the columns are exactly the same that the one that we have seen. For now, okay, if I want to open it, the one for the security assessment, it does not have any data because I did not transfer the data. So what I need to do is to transfer the data to this table, right? For this, I'm going to do it through REST calls. And I would need to enable the table. I did it already, but I'm going to show you how is it is. So if I disable it, okay, and I enable it again, As you can see, it's going to give me this URL, okay? So let me copy and paste this URL here in the notepad, okay? Because I will need it later to transfer the data here, okay? Same I would do for the compliance. Okay, I'm going to enable again. But in the compliance, I have already the data, okay? So, okay, no, it's not there, so I'm going to do the same, okay? I have the data here, but not in the table. So let's copy and paste. Okay, I'm going to disable now, and I'm going to show you how you enable it, and you copy and paste this URL. Okay, so just that, so we are going to leave it there. And how to do it? So these commands we are going to run in the Cloud Shell as well. Okay, and the commands are already in the workshop. So let me copy and paste those commands. Okay, which is for the security assessment. I'm going to copy it in the notepad. Okay, so would be this one. So this is a cool command with a post method, okay? And here I have to replace this URL, okay, which is identifying the table for the security assessment, okay? And as you can see, this is the CSV file that is going to transfer. Okay, so let's run it first, okay? So what we are going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this command, copy, and let's run it. Okay, so processed without errors, good. So now let's go for the second one, okay, which is this reports. Okay, so yeah, it's not here, it's here. Okay, good. And now let's go inside where we have the report, and now let's build the same command, but this time for the sys report. So actually I'm going to copy and paste from the workshop directly, okay, which is this command, and I will replace the URL. Okay, so I just copy and paste here. Okay, and I run the whole command here. So okay, processed without error. So now yes, now we have all this in the table. So let's update it, and let's see first here we have the data already, good. And let's go to the sys compliance. So good, the data is already here, but still, okay, let's see it in a good graphical interface, right? Not here. So for that, as I said, I have already installed the application, and once I uploaded the results in the tables, the application is directly integrated with this table. So now the data is as well in the application. So I'm going to launch the Apex. I'm going to sign in the workspace that I just created for this, okay, and with the same user. And then as you can see, I have one application here, which is this one. So let's run the application. And here I'm going to access like sec assessment. And okay, this is what I have. If I click here, I can just see the report, okay, for the security assessment, where I can see in a very nice graphical interface, which is enabled, which is not in this tenant. In this case, it's everything enabled. That's why it's everything green. The extract date as well. And also you can see the this is compliance report as well, okay? And you can see in gray we have the ones that are not compliant. And as well, let's say that maybe you are here and you have something disabled, but because maybe you are not aware of this service. So in this side, you have one page per service. Okay, so that you can check all the descriptions for all the services, so that you can know in a very quick way what is this service about. And as well, in each of them, you will have two buttons with to go to the documentation, to go to the right section in the console to enable manually. But in the Cloud Card, you will have a third button. And here it is when we talked about the automation in the implementation, right? So if you click here, then a Cloud Card will be automatically enabled in your tenants. How? Okay, in my case, it's already enabled, so it's not going to take effect. But if I click here, then what it will do is that it's going to load a Terraform stack, okay, which with the package Cloud Card configuration, which is already prepared. Okay, so if I click here, then I can just fill the parameters. Okay, and then if I click next, I would need just to configure the variables like the reporting region, I want it enabled, some other regions as well, compartment, tenancy, CICD, and then the third step would be just review and enable. Okay, so easy can you enable services with this Apex. Okay, so basically this was what I wanted to show you, and thank you for attending.